Okay, so honey, I'm back. It's your girl, it's bad. Thank you for tuning in my channel. If you're new, my name is Tanisha. It's nice to meet you. Welcome, pimps and pimpettes. Alright, so this video will come out a little late today, but I really didn't know what to say or what video to do because I didn't pre-record anything. But I decided I want to tell y'all my weird, crazy ass, interesting dream I had. The reason why I want to tell y'all this is mainly because I want to document this for myself, because I need to come back to this dream because I don't want to forget it. And right now it's vivid-ish in my mind, like the little piece I remember. And if anybody knows somebody who could tell me what this means, what any part of it means, I would greatly appreciate it. Send them to my Instagram. Follow me at Tenny_boo. And tell them just like, let me know, because I'm confused. I don't know. So I'm gonna just tell y'all this dream. It's confusing because it's like, what to me? So what I'm gonna do, I found pictures, some pictures to kind of give y'all a little bit of a visual, because this dream is so out there. If y'all want to hear this dream, stay tuned. If y'all interpret dreams, leave me some comments. Let me know what in the world. There's got to be some kind of symbolism in this, because it was so weird. It didn't make any sense, but it made sense to my dream self. So I don't know. But hopefully y'all can help me. But if not, I'm just gonna use this as documents. So I can come back and maybe take this to an interpreter. I don't know, but that was long enough. Let's just get into this video. Okay, so I know some point last night I had more than one dream, but I just can't remember the other ones. But this particular piece of my dream, I remember, like, we're just gonna start where I remember. So if y'all don't know by now, especially like before 2020 came, I used to do dance events at the dance company I work for, Aroha Arts Collective. We used to do like go do, you know, some shows, or we used to like do like little teaching things and stuff for like Afro Latin dance, right? So apparently at the start of this dream, it was an event or a performance or something, but we was outside in this little nice neighborhood where all the houses look the same, the grass is all cut the same, everything's the same except for like the color of the house. It kind of reminded me of like, if you know Charleston, South Carolina, like Rainbow Row in Charleston, like how it's like a color, each one is a color, but it wasn't like huge buildings, it was like houses. I'll show the clips, little pictures of kind of what they look like as far as the house and the yard, and then I'll show you a picture of the Rainbow Row so you can get an idea of like, oh, the houses were like lined up, but they had space in between, not so close, bunched up together. It was space in between where there was like, okay, this house and a yard, a little yard, this house, little yard. But it was in the front yard, and then nobody else was really out there to do the little performance, but it was me and I'm not gonna drop no names, my instructor and one of the guys that we always dance with. So I don't know what the hell happened, but I go walking. I don't know. I just start walking away from the little area. I don't know why. And so there's this, you know how there's a door, but there wasn't actually a door. It was just like the frame of the door, so to speak, just the frame, like an outside frame of this like purplish, like a door should be there, but it's not. It was already open. It was just. And then there was this girl in front of me, kind of like off to my right, kind of ahead. And she was walking. It was normal, I guess. I don't know why I was walking there. But she was walking. And she was like, just continuous walking. And then when I look forward, there's like the moon. But it's bigger than usual. It was huge. I'm going to insert like a picture here where I found these months ago or whatever. I saw these, it's like an article that says something about what it would look like if the planets were like in the same, like replaced our moon, or were like at the same distance as our moon was from us, how it would look in the sky. Something like that. So I want to place a picture of like how big the moon looked the first time I saw it, right? And it looked like that. And then so it was the full moon, the whole thing. It was bright enough to be like, this is the full moon, but it was kind of transparent-ish. Like it was like kind of like a drawing. You know how like if you have black construction paper and you draw a picture with a white crayon, that's what it kind of looked like. But it was like, this is in the sky. It was weird. And then around the moon was like equations, like math equations, but it was like not really numbers really. It was most like some symbols in there. Them hoes look ancient. That's all I could. It just looked weird. Like it didn't look like a regular equations. Like I could put a picture up here of what like the equations kind of look like, minus the graphs and pictures. It was just like the equations, like fraction, like I don't know. But it was like a couple of them around the moon, and the moon was like big and everything. And I stepped over the threshold, but I got kind of come back because like I said, it was the frame, right? And I'm like, oh, that can't be the moon, because it looks like a picture or something. That's not the moon. And then the girl in front of me, she has like kind of long hair, not dark brown hair, but like brown hair. And I don't know who she is, but she apparently know me. So she turned around, she said, yeah, it is the moon, because we're outside. And I look up, and I'm like, I guess in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, she right. What? And I agree. Okay, we outside. Like, what the fuck? So, I continue to walk, and then we just stop, and I'm like, look at the moon, like, what the hell? And then I'm just like, I don't like the way it looked. And so I was kind of scared to look at it. And so I turned another way, and I guess I go back the other way or something like that, but it's not back where I came from, because I think the houses and stuff were gone. I don't know where the hell I was going. It was like all of a sudden it was night, and like after I crossed the threshold, everything looked like it was like a dream-like atmosphere, like hues of purple and pink. I'll insert pictures of like the color scheme. Like it was purplish pink everywhere. And so, but it's like it's nighttime, right? I turned to go the other way, and there's no more houses or whatever. So I'm just like going wherever. And the girl, I don't know if she's still back there, but apparently the moon is over here now in front of me, but it's bigger than what it was. I'll insert a picture of like how big it is from the other planet, like I was telling you. It's that big. But possibly bigger. And it's like up-ish. It's like above me, kind of like in this corner. And you know, you still have like the equations and stuff around it. And then the moon, it starts to move like across the sky, like this way. But it's not slow. It's not fast either. It's like it goes at a good pace, and it moves across the sky, and I'm just like following it. And I'm looking at this thing like I'm just glued to it. But I'm like thinking in my head like I shouldn't even be looking at this moon. I don't know what, like I'm not supposed to be looking at this. But I just couldn't stop looking at it. And I was like the only one out there, I think. Because the girl was gone. And everybody else was gone. Everything else was gone. And I was just like there's nothing I was focused on other than the moon as it moved across the sky. And then when it got back over here, I turned to face it, and it goes to the same size it was at the beginning, but still big. And the equations are gone this time. And the moon is like spinning, like on an axis. Y'all know the moon don't spin. So that was the weirdest part. I'm like, why is the moon spinning on an axis when it does not, it doesn't spin? It doesn't do this. If you heard that noise, I'm sorry, that was my air conditioning. I mean, my heater. I thought I cut it off. But anyway, let's keep going. And so when it starts to spin, I get nervous, and I'm like, you know what, let me get up out of here. And so I turn back the other way, and then I'm in a different spot. I don't know, my dream skips. I'm in a different location, I guess, and now I'm surrounded by people, just people. I don't know who these people are, and I'm in this like building that's like not done. It's like it's uncompleted or unfinished. Like, you know how I'll insert a picture where it's just like the bottom part or whatever, it's like the walls and everything are completed, but then as it goes towards the top, it's just like all it is like the beams of where the rooms are supposed to be. It's just like that. So I'm in this place surrounded by people, not too close, but people are there. I don't even know what it's at. And then so I look to my left. It starts to get weird. It was already weird, but it starts to get weird here. And so I turn to the left, and then I look into, you know, where it's supposed to be a window, but there's no glass, but it's a window. And I look, and then I notice there's like a lot of people out there. And I don't know if they're like construction workers. I don't know. It's just like construction workers mixed with other people. It was weird. Don't take offense to this, but this is what my dream self said. I look and I was like, where all these white people come from? I look at them as a bunch of white people just gathered in this one spot. And I was like, why are all these white people over there? What are they doing? I'm talking to people around me, but nobody is paying me any attention. Nobody is responding. Nobody says anything to me. And I'm like, what are they doing? And I'm still looking like, because I'm like, why are they over there like this? And all of a sudden, there's like this explosion or something. You know how like on TV when there's an explosion and then like the dust starts like kicking up, and then everybody's like, oh, the dust start kicking up and people start coughing and, oh, and they start running. And I'm like, why are these white people running? And then everybody's just like, and I said, okay, they running, let's go. And they hear me, I guess, and they start taking off running. And so we're all going in one direction, and all of a sudden I see my mama and my brother in front of me. And then so they're going, and then like we turn the corner, and then everybody starts going upstairs. And I'm like, why are we going up? I'm like, we going upstairs? Nobody responds to me, but we're still like going upstairs. And I turn around, and it's my sisters and my daddy. And I'm like, so I have no choice but to continue to go up. So we go up these stairs, and then the smoke cleared. There's no more dust or smoke or whatever, and we're like at the top. These people, I guess they're like in front, and it's like all you see is like beams and stuff, and this little one beam where you have to walk across this little bridge thing to go to somewhere. And they're like baiting people to come over this way. So my mom and my brother go over there, and then they go on the bridge, and the bridge starts like moving like this. And I'm like, I'm not getting on that because it's moving. And so like I turn to my left, and then there's like some benches and like tables and stuff, like long benches or whatever set up like a restaurant, like an outside restaurant. You know how if you sit under a gazebo? I'll put a clip of what it kind of looks like, but these pictures are not going to match my brain because I don't know what the hell is going on. So anyway, it's like a gazebo type thing. And then so I see this girl. I guess I know her because I'm like, oh, and I sit down near her. I sit down at the bench beside her because she's like off the end of one. So it's like a bench, a little space, and a long bench with her and her family, I guess. But this girl, I guess I know her. She's like, I'll insert a picture. She has like these little butterfly locks in her hair, medium length. And she's like a little bit darker skin tone than me. Not too much, but skin tone not matter, but I want to get y'all a picture. But she's like very androgynous. I guess I know her. I don't know her in real life, but she's real pretty, androgynous. She was so pretty. She was like real like I said, androgynous, like feminine but masculine at the same time. If y'all know what I'm talking about, androgynous. If y'all want to throw a label on it, think more of a STEM. If we're talking about LGBTQ labels or whatever like that, but she was, or a no label, something like that. She was like one of the, like, that vibe. So I was like, she's so pretty, and she's fine as hell, because she had like a little demeanor, like, she had like a little, I want to say like, a set on, like, sweatsuit or whatever, and a jean jacket, and in front of her was this girl. she had her hair like Alicia Keys used to do with the braids, and it was like the ponytail to the side. She was like light skinned, and she had a jean jacket on too, but it was like a nice top and some jeans. And I guess she knew her, that was her family. And then I sit down beside her, and my family, like my sisters and my daddy sit down. My mom and my brother, I don't know where they went. They went on that bench. I mean, they went on that bridge. And so we sit down, and it's not really a real conversation, but I guess I know her. And so she's like has this little face like she know me. And so she says, "Oh, can I see that ring that you have on your finger?" And so I take it off. I'm like, "Sure." So I give her the ring, and so she looks at the ring, and then this is the weird part. She throws my ring across the tables to hit the second row. Cause like, okay, it's like a bench, our row, and then there's like a second row of the same shit. And people are sitting down, and it's like a restaurant. And I'm like, "Why did you throw my ring?" And she didn't really say nothing. I was so upset when she threw my ring. I'll give you a picture of what the ring looked like. It's like a combination of these two photos. It's real pretty. But she threw it. I took something of hers, and it was something orange, and I was like, "You're not getting it back till you get my ring." But she had an attitude because she threw my ring. Then she had a smirk on her face, like, "Yeah, I did it." The same smirk, like her face is just the same, like smirk, like. But she did roll her eyes at me when I told her to go get my stuff. So it was like arguing a little bit, like it was like, and so I go back and forth, and she finally gets up and goes in that direction. So I'm thinking she's going to find my ring, and then her sister or whatever, they all looking at me and stuff, and I'm like, "She threw my ring. I told her if she don't come back my ring, she not get her stuff back." And so they just look, nobody responds to me. And so she comes back, and she has a plate of food, like it's a square plate of food, and I'm like, "That's not my ring." But I'm like, "Oh, you brought me some food, thank you." I'll insert how the plate kind of looks, and I reach, and I'm like, "Thank you." And then she just throws my plate down on the table and just like, and turns around and talks to the people on the row in front of us. And I'm like, "Where did she get this attitude from?" And I'm like looking at everybody like, "Y'all didn't see this girl. She just threw my ring. And then now she got an attitude. She threw my plate." And so I took the plate, and I'm looking at the plate like, she had an issue with throwing stuff at me. I don't know. She just like tossed it like, like threw it down. Like she had an attitude for what, I don't know. She was grinning in my face when I sat down. But after she threw that ring and stuff, she just had this attitude. And I'm looking around like nobody's responding. Like nobody saw this. I'm saying stuff and nobody's talking back to me. And it was weird. And the crazy part is that I just felt like, I don't know, I knew her, I guess, because I'm like, in the dream, she real bold. If she was a stranger, for her to still like throw my ring and for me to sit down beside her, like I had to have like known her in this dream. It's like a whole, that's why I said this gotta be some kind of like relationship or ex relationship or fling or just something that it was just something like that. I guess it didn't end well. I don't know. That's the vibe I was getting. Like, and her family obviously knew me because they didn't look at me like a stranger. Because they even like waved or whatever when I sat down. And then her sister knew me. She was just sitting there looking at me. And my family, I guess, it was just like everything was normal. The thing about this whole thing is just like everybody in this dream was acting like everything was normal except for me. I was like, each step of the way, I was like, something ain't right. Like, why y'all acting like all this is normal? And that's where it ends. That's the dream. This dream was all over the place. I hope these little pictures kind of give you a little bit of a visual of like how it kind of looked in my head. It's not going to match exactly because nothing matches my imagination, but it's kind of like that. And like I said, this video is mainly for me to come back and look at it because I feel like I need to remember this for some reason. And if anybody know a dream interpreter or y'all kind of know about dreams, and if anything about this makes some kind of sense as far as a symbol or something I need to think about, please leave the comments below because I'm confused. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed this little crazy ass story time about my weird dream. but I feel like this is good. I need to talk it out because just thinking about it was not helping me. So I might come back with, if I have more crazy dreams, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk it out because it's me documenting this. If you like this little video, leave a thumbs up. Happy girl needs you to Screets, honey. Screets with a K. And yeah, share the video out. Please share to somebody who interprets dreams because I need some help. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed, hit the notification bell so YouTube can get a ring and let you know when I come across your screen. Alright, y'all. Bye.
Self-love is the best love. Motivation, that's the best drug. This world's too complicated.